Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Rel, and this week I'm going to do a video. Normally, I would do my stash ads lately at the beginning of the month, showing you the kits that I picked up last month. And while here it is May, and I've been wanting this kit for a while, but I mentioned in April that they had finally shipped and they're coming. And so they did arrive in April. These are from our sponsor, Hobby Nut Models. Here they are with a link to the video description below. He got a small batch of these and had a heck of a time getting them, he said. And I got two of them, which I got right here. Sealed one and an open one. As excited as I was about this kit, I immediately opened it up and jumped right in it. And one of the things I'm going to talk about the car, some of the other models and my projects, and my plans are, because this is one I've researched and checked the options on quite a bit, and I'm excited about some of the parts that are coming out for it, like the Model Car Garage photo etch set when that becomes available. I'll get one, maybe two, but I'm real curious about that set. But I was super excited about this car, and especially because the Barracuda. It's to me it's a interesting story, even though this isn't my favorite body style. But I always wanted to do a 64, and they really never had a kit of the 64. They did have a promo. I'll show you one. And I've had that since 2008 is what I marked on the box, maybe earlier than that. But I had a whole bunch of A bodies that I wanted to build, and I haven't built a whole lot of them. Some of you guys on the channel have noticed that I don't have a whole lot of A bodies as far as the Mopars go. Tons of B bodies and E bodies, of course. Being that Mopars are among my favorites, but not a whole lot of A bodies. But this one, I've kind of jumped into it, started digging into it, and getting excited about. I wasn't really going to do a full-on video about the kit contents and everything. There's 3 or 4 videos like that already. And I've kind of watched some of them in excitement of this kit. But I already started looking at it and playing with it and messing with the chassis and looking the chassis over, looking the body and interior over, and some of the other stuff. And I'm glad that the exhaust is separate. One of the things that I had learned researching this car is, I was going to use the 69 Barracuda's chassis, which has dual exhaust and engine and whatnot, make it fit some of these bodies. And that's what they were kind of designed for. But they had dual exhaust. When I found out this one only came with single exhaust, I thought, well, that's kind of sad. Why not the dual exhaust and the 65 Formula S? But after, reminding myself and going through all the options again, because it'd been a long time since I looked this car over, the 64 and 65s are all single exhaust. Not sure about the 66s. I don't quite remember. I'd have to refresh my memory, but I'm pretty sure that was also a single exhaust. But in 64 and 65, most of them were 6 cylinders, but they did have the 276 V8 in it. Now in 64, you can only get the 2-barrel version. I got notes. I got it all written down. Matter of fact, I think they're all right here. So they did have some differences there, but being that this was molded separately, it's kind of nice. Matter of fact, talking about here's my 64 promo. I know I've shown this on the channel before, and it's an old project, but here's like an original chassis from one of the original AMT kits. Now this thing is heavily coated in paint, but I had gotten this a long time ago with one of my other kits. I think this was in my 67 Barracuda, but I didn't strip it or anything. But it's not the nicest, and I kind of wanted to do something different. Here's my resin hood, front and rear bumpers, taillights. This is all from Model Haas. Unfortunately, none of this is available anymore. But here's my 64 promo that I tore apart here. And you can see the wheels. It's a friction promo, which is why it's got this weight here. But I cut the hood off of the body in anticipation of using the resin hood, putting an engine compartment in it, and everything. So there's not a whole lot of differences between a 64 and a 65. Whoop, there's a seat that just fell out. This thing, the seat was glued in place, but it did tilt forward and back. And they actually replicated that in this one too, which is really nice. I did get a little excited and start putting the seats together, but here's an original promo seat, and then this seat in this one. And they put the hinges in there, and it does fold down, which is really cool. pre-assembled that. So when it comes to comparing some of this stuff, I might as well just do this now. Here's the original 64 Promos interior, which has Barracuda right there on the door panel, if you can see it. This one doesn't, but it's got separate seats, separate there. This one had the automatic pedals on the floor. This one, the pedals are a separate part, which is a nice extra touch, which are right here. So if you want to make it a manual, that's a possibility. But the kit's kind of an automatic. Here's the 65 dash. This is one of the things that's actually different between a 64 and a 65. Matter of fact, the dash is right here. This is one of the parts that if you want to make a 64, you got to change. So there's the 64's dash. You can see all the clusters and everything. This is a manual tranny. There's no push buttons here and the slide lock. I'm gonna resin cast this, make a mold. So I'll have these dashes for a little bit, and then I'm gonna drill some holes so I could put the push buttons in it. But 64 was the last year of the push button dash. 65, the automatic, was on the column, and it was a completely different dash, which is what they're replicating here. So that's one of the major differences between the 64 and 65 is the dash. Another one when it comes to the model kits, this is without getting into my notes, this Valiant script on the trunk, that's only for 64. 65 doesn't have it, and it's not on here. But I understand it's going to be in the photo etch kits. And another small difference, which is actually in these two kits here, see the Barracuda script on the fender here with the extended A? That's 64. 65 has a short A. I'd be shocked how many people would actually know that. That came up in trivia. And then the V8 emblem right here. Formula S in 65 has a completely different emblem. It's a circle with an S in it. Really cool, but the Formula S was available in 65 only, not in 64. But when it comes to the cars, that's the big differences right there. So I was super excited about that. And also one of the things, let's move this here and there. What did I do with the dash? Right here. But I did confirm that this dash, without any effort, drops right into this interior tub. So that made me super excited. It fits the body, fits everything. So that to me was just like super exciting. And then you look at these, it's amazing, how much, if I get the stuff to line up, that these bodies are, identical, even though, the engine compartment and everything, the glass, the Valiant emblem, Plymouth across everything, gas caps. You can see where this had decals on it at one time. But this is a really nice rebuilder, and I may still build this, and I may decide to do one as a 6-cylinder and one as a V8 to do two 64s. So I'll put that away, and we'll get back into this one. So some of the things here, notes-wise, when I dig into my notes here, a lot of times I have this written off to the side, so I don't, you hear it, but I don't really go over it or show it. But 64 had the 170 inline 6, the 225 inline 6, slant 6, 273 V8, 180 horsepower, 260 foot-pounds of torque. Now that was a 2-barrel. All right, regular snorkel air cleaner, no ribs on the valve covers, no stripes, no Formula S, all single exhaust. This car had the biggest back glass of anything up until that time. The unique dash, push button auto, long, that's what I was talking about, that Valiant script. 23,443 units made in 64, and it was a $2,500 car to start price-wise. 65, the 170 was available, and then they had the 273 2-barrel, and then they had the Commando 4-barrel 273. That's the one with the ribbed valve covers and the chrome air cleaner. 235 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque. Formula S, racing stripes in 5 colors, $31 option. Performance group was $156. Optional tack, auto console. So the automatics could have a console. I believe that also, well, I'm not sure about 64 if there was an auto console. But 273 was still a single exhaust system, but the single exhaust was 2.5-inch diameter main section and 2.2-inch diameter tailpipe. But the 2V had 2-inch main pipe with a 1.88 tail. So it was a smaller exhaust system, but there were 64,000 Barracudas made. Now, one of the things that cracked me up, to me, everybody talks about how the 64 Barracuda was the first pony car, and it came out 2 weeks before the Mustang. Well, the Mustang debuted, it was April 17th. April 17th, 1964. The Barracuda was introduced April 1st of 1964, April Fool's Day. And, some people just, claim that some of the problems with it was they basically just took the Valiant and put a fastback roof on it. That's pretty true, but then again, the Mustang is basically a Falcon with all new sheet metal and a shorter trunk. So, both are not pure all new cars. But, some of the reviews on this have been, one of the things kind of interesting, and I think, where's the steering wheel? Because I want to point this out. Where's it at? Of course, I'm not going to find it right when I'm looking for it. Pretty nice exhaust and axle. It's nice that all this stuff comes separate. So where is the steering wheel? No, I didn't lose it. Here it is. Someone pointed out that it's kind of funny that the steering wheel is huge and the wheels they're tiny. But the facts are, these steering wheels, a lot of the factory steering wheels of this time frame were between 16 and 18-inch diameters. Okay, the wheels were 13-inch. So that's actually, kind of correct. So it looks kind of awkward now because we're all used to the big wheels and smaller steering wheels and the power steering. So, when you look at that, it's like, oh, it's actually accurate, but kind of fun to think about. And so there's a lot of neat stuff in here. Oh, and then talking about my other ones here. So let's, that's 66. 65. This is from MCW. They don't make this anymore, as far as I know. Matter of fact, I've had it so long, that's how much I paid for it. $34.95. So, but it's literally a copy of, and it didn't come chrome. I had this chrome redone. Everybody keeps asking where I get my chrome redone, but this was a long time ago, and it was Chrome Tech USA. Robert did this stuff for me. So a lot of these were done a long time ago. And then these are the Model Haas tires, I think. Because this one came with his own resin tires, which are really rock hard. So I got Model Haas 13-inch tires. So there's those. But it came with everything. Unchromed taillights, but the taillights didn't have the clear lenses in them. That's the way they were, so you just painted them, chromed them and painted them. But I left all this alone. Oh, by the way, I think this is the original dashes had much more detail, even though this one's a little muddy, being a resin. But it's got some pretty nice detail. So, compared to the newer kit, the original 65 dash is much nicer, but there are no decals for it. So that's, when it came to that, it's all detail painting. Hood and all these parts, all copies of the original kit. But here's the resin body. It had some holes and stuff filled. It's kind of muddied up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna build this one at this point, being that the new kit is much nicer. But it's just kind of funny that I literally paid the same price for this 20 years ago, but that's when kits were going for 15. There's the same 65 interior, steering wheel, the seat, but the pins were not molded very well. So, but it's all here, but it's been sitting and sitting and sitting, and my thoughts were maybe I can get the 71 Duster chassis into it, but as much of a problem as that turned into challenge-wise on the 67 to 68s, that I didn't get any farther with these. So I thought, I'll just build these right out of the box. Pretty simple kits, but I never really got to them. And then, of course, they had their 66 as well, and this one, same thing. Although I did get the glass from the Hemi Under Glass kit, because a lot of them had the 66 body in them. So the chrome came from that. This piece, which the resin one had a whole bunch of stuff in the grill. So when you compare that to the AMT offering and then the AMT taillight, so all this came from Hemi Under Glass kit. There's the vacuum formed windows this one came with. And this one's been here long. I don't think I ever really did anything with this one. Like, I didn't have the wheels chromed. There's almost no reason to now. These ones are really nice castings. Yeah, there's the front and rear bumper, the tail lights, the hood. Yeah, there's the grill piece, which actually is pretty nice. So, and then the tail lights. Oh, I did get a dash in here. Not a dash, a chassis. So this is from another one of my kits getting parts for. I don't even remember. But it's single exhaust, been in there a long time. Let's see. So the 66 I think has the same interior as 65. I'll have to research this, but I believe the dash stayed the same. But again, I gotta refresh my history and options and build this one. But this was a copy of the original body, the unaltered original 66 body. So, but again, this has been sitting a really long time. But now I've gotten all this motivation to get a lot of these projects that I have had sitting around forever to get them done. But it's so much easier starting with a brand new fresh kit with all the stuff in it. So anyway, this is going to be one that the fun part is collecting some of the stuff, so that belongs in the 64 kit. But been going through all this stuff, and here's a slant 6 out of the 64 Plymouth satellite slash Belvedere kit. So there's a slant 6 out of that and multiple radiators. So I was trying to figure out, I need a top flow radiator. That's from the Duster. That's from the Challenger. Got to cut all this stuff away. This one may fit. Not sure if it had a fan shroud. I think here's one that I started to cut the shroud away. Yeah, this is another AMT 70 Challenger one that I cut just to see. But there's all the slant 6 stuff. I'm pretty sure everything's in there. But that's what all this was. And photocopy of the instructions to look at to remind myself. That's if I do one as a slant 6. And then, of course, here's a Duster 71 Duster 340 engine, which doesn't have the right air cleaner, but I got one from a Ford Mustang that's similar, but I think the snorkel's more correct. Maybe add it to this one, not really sure. I got to look at an air cleaner again, but got the battery, washer bottles, some of the other stuff, under dash, AC. So a lot of those parts that came in that kit. I don't think I added anything else. I do want to get the VGC Resins small block. So he's got a 273 that has the ribbed valve covers and non-ribbed valve covers. I want those. So I haven't, I've been checking his website. They haven't become available. Let's see, that goes in the 66, that goes in the 66, that goes in the 66. I'm going to mix up all my stuff. This is in the 64, so that needs to go back in there. That was in the 64. I'm going to have some fun playing with some of this stuff here. But for me, that's some of the fun with this. Planning and figuring out what I'm going to do. And there's the automatic console. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to build it, if I'm going to do it as an automatic or manual. I'm going to resin cast those dashes, modify one and with the push buttons. So one of them will probably end up with the 6-cylinder automatic tranny, and one of them will end up with the manual tranny in the 64 and 65. So gonna have a lot of fun with this stuff. But anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in and subscribing. We'll put this on here and all that stuff, and all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. It's a little late at night, but I wanted to share this with you and do this video. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.